Tuesday, as we could have all expected, the Liberal government won last night with a minority government, just wasting our tax dollars like they absolutely love to do, and stripping our freedoms away one day at a time. So just remember to go and thank a Liberal when we go down the New World Order. And while we're at it, I might as well start talking about the CV. Does anyone question why the government does not want to release any of their research? Is anyone questioning why Israel their studies are finding that natural immunity is 13 to plus times more effective than the V's? Is anyone questioning that, or are you just going to line up and get your booster shots in 3 months? Did anyone do their research yesterday when I posted the New York Times independent studies that showed that in September of 2020, when very few people had the V in their system, that deaths were actually lower than in September of 2021, when apparently a very large portion of the global population has been double dosed. Is anyone asking any questions? Why aren't we asking questions? Why are more people dying now? Is it because the strain is really that more deadly? Because all of the research behind the strains show that they're more contagious, but they're not as deadly. Guys, start asking questions. I know many of my friends took their two and done, and I respect that, but you have to start asking questions now. Why are the two and done people stuck in a different country because they tested positive for CV? Isn't the V supposed to prevent you from getting CV in the first place? And even if you do test positive, what is the benefit of taking the V if you still need to quarantine in that country because you've tested positive? Where's the benefit for the people who did do their 2 shots, they did listen to the government, and now they're stuck in a different country because they tested positive? That puts them in a no different spot than me, who I'm not following the rules of doing this. So what's the benefit? What's the benefit if you can't travel, if you happen to test positive, you can't even come home? Ask yourself, ask your family, ask your peers these questions. Start having these questions in the workroom. Start having these conversations. When I posted back in May or June of last year about the upcoming mask mandates and to not comply, this is why I urged people not to comply. We found out right away that masks weren't very effective, if effective at all, based on how people were wearing them and reusing them. And it actually could have made things a lot worse for some people, and are making things a lot worse for some certain age groups today. That was one, but we complied. We could have looked it up ourselves and realized that the way masks have been worn and the type of masks that have been worn are not effective. We could have put our foot down collectively, and we didn't. And then you had the mask police lining up at the stores, and they wouldn't let people in without a mask unless you said that you had an exemption. Some stores didn't even honor that. But that was the stepping stone to the V passports. That allowed businesses to find employees to stand at the door, to train their employees to be mask police. And here we are today. And you think it's just going to be movie theaters, restaurants, gyms? That's the first step. That's going to be hair salons, nail salons, massage clinics. They are going to take it all. And we've allowed it. We can't blame the government. We have to blame ourselves for covering our faces. If only we didn't cover our faces, we wouldn't be here today. But we are so compliant with what the government says that once they dangle a little carrot over you, and in reality, we all know while we're bitching about this, something bigger is going on in the background because they always want to distract us. But we do know what's coming on in the background. But I'm not going to start talking about it because why? I was called crazy last year. I'm going to be called crazy again, and it's going to happen. So I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to ask everyone to collectively wake up. It's not going to be 2 doses and done. It's going to be boosters for life. And every booster that you take is going to weaken your natural immunity to fight off the viruses. That's it. That's it. Just stop. Stop complying. Please and thank you. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.